Okay, so here we go. Week 2 predictions. So, like I mentioned earlier, week 1 NFL predictions that I did, I went 7 for 8, 46.5%. I said I wanted to get 50% right. I just missed that by a game. So, let's hope that this week is a lot better. So, let's get it started. Here we go, week 1 against week 1 Thursday night football. LA Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. You know my boy Patrick Mahomes. I picked him to win MVP. I like the Chargers. I like what their team represents. They got a W week 1 against a good Raiders team. They're not beating the Chiefs at home. I'm sorry. Patrick Mahomes, give me the Chiefs. Keenan Allen expected to be out as well. He's often injured, unfortunately. Give me the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs are going to keep rolling in the AFC West. They're going to be 2-0. New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. I got to go with the Browns here. The Jets, Zach Wilson, I don't think he's going to be back. He might be. I'll have to check up on that. But let's say Joe Flacco. Even if Zach Wilson does play, I don't think it matters. The Browns right now, I just witnessed it. They have a very good defense, a very strong offensive line, and a great running game. Jacoby Brissett, not a bad backup. He can do some things for you. He's not going to kill you with turnovers. He's not going to make plays to win you the game, but he can make some throws when he needs to. I like the Browns at home. Browns are going to be starting out 2-0. Give me the Browns. The Washington Commanders at the Detroit Lions. Last week I picked the Lions to upset the Eagles. It was a close game. I think it was 38-35. This week, Lions are going to really do it this time. They're going to beat the Commanders. Commanders did win last week against the Jags, but it ended up being a little bit of a close one. I like the Lions at home just a little bit more. Give me Detroit. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. New Orleans came from behind victory. A come-from-behind victory last week against the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC South. Bucks pretty handily beat the Cowboys. They didn't score a lot of points, but I like what I saw from the Bucks in terms of their running game and their receivers. Their offensive line has taken a step down. I think this one's going to be a little bit closer, but I just like Brady a little bit more than I like Jameis. Give me the Bucks. Panthers at the New York Giants. This game here is tough because I think the Panthers are going to play better than they did, more of that second half than they did in that first half. Giants played a nice game against the Titans. A good defensive battle on their end. Saquon Barkley, if he stays healthy, he's looking like Saquon Barkley of old. I'm still not a fan of Daniel Jones. I think what makes the decision factor here is that I think the Panthers can just force one or two more mistakes out of Daniel Jones than Baker Mayfield is going to make. Give me the Panthers just a slight edge. This could go either way. Give me the Panthers at home. I think Daniel Jones makes a couple mistakes here. Just give the Panthers the slight edge. We'll see. The New England Patriots at the Steelers. Boy, it was not pretty for the Patriots last week. My girlfriend, who is a Patriots fan, shout out to her. She was watching the game in the stadium with me, keeping up with everything. It didn't look good. It was a tough game. And the Steelers, they look pretty good. It was a tough game against the Bengals. They pulled out the victory. Shout out to my boy Alex Highsmith-Smitty. He had a hell of a game last week against the Bengals. Give me the Steelers at home. I like what their defense is doing. To me, it's tough to beat. Patriots right now, they're struggling on offense to find identity. I like their defense, but offense, a little bit of a mess right now. They're playing on the road. Give me the Steelers. Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Upset alert is in effect. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game. The Colts ended up in a tie against the Houston Texans in week 1. First time ever I think there's ever been a tie week 1. Which ties are ridiculous anyway. There shouldn't even be ties. But here we go. Jags, they didn't win last week against the Commanders, but they made a nice little comeback. I like what I saw from Trevor Lawrence. Give me the Jags. They're at home. I think they're going to win. Give me the Jags. Miami Dolphins at the Baltimore Ravens. This is a tough one here. I know the Ravens have already seen injuries. I don't think there's a more injury-riddled team the past 2-3 years than the Baltimore Ravens. And that sucks. And I'm sorry to hear that because I like Lamar Jackson. Dolphins at the Ravens. I'm going to go with the Ravens just because they're at home. I'm big on the home team, but that didn't do me well last week at all. But I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think they're just a little bit more of a sound team. I think the Dolphins are still trying to figure it out a little bit, but they looked as advertised against the Patriots. That's a big win for them. Don't be surprised if Miami does win this game, but I like Lamar at home just a little bit better. The Falcons at the Rams. No way the Rams are losing 2 games in a row to start the season. Atlanta put up a hell of a fight. They should have won last week against the Saints. They don't pull it out, however. Give me the Rams at home to get back on track. Seattle at the 49ers. Seattle, Geno Smith entering the MVP conversation on Monday Night Football, taking down Russell Wilson and the Broncos. That was kind of nice to see, I can't lie. However, I do think the 49ers at home are going to win this game. I don't know how long this Geno Smith train is going to last. Hopefully it does last. I like Geno Smith. I love a good underdog story. 49ers did not have their best game last week against the Bears. However, I know the weather was horrid in terms of the rain. Trey Lance, I expect him to have a better performance. I expect Deebo Samuel to have a better performance. Give me the 49ers at home against the Seahawks. Bengals at Cowboys. Bengals, Joe Burrow, he had a rough game last week, but that didn't stop him. They came back. They made it there a fight to the end against the Steelers. They did lose. Cowboys, they're down Dak Prescott. I don't believe a ton in Cooper Rush, especially his first week. I like him, just not this week. Give me the Bengals to get the redemption on the road. Cowboys are going to start 0-2. Texans at Broncos. You know, the Texans make it really hard for you to root against them because they're such an underdog team. Shout out to Davis Mills, man. I love that kid. He does an amazing job. He might end up being the best quarterback out of that class is what we're looking at so far. I mean, I know it's only been a year, but he's looked good. Texans, they've got some nice pieces there. However, they're on the road at the Broncos. The Broncos with a embarrassing clock management performance against the Seahawks. I just can't see the Broncos going down 0-2. I can't see it. If it does happen, it would be quite hilarious. But I don't see it. I think it's gonna be a tougher game than people imagine, but I think the Broncos at home are gonna win the game. Arizona Cardinals at the Las Vegas Raiders. Boy, the Cardinals look bad against the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs looked really good, but I think the Cardinals looked even worse. The Raiders, they looked pretty solid. You know, it was a close game there against the LA Chargers. I'm going with the Raiders here. I like the Raiders. I like what they've got on offense. Renfro, Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, of course. Give me the Raiders at home. I'm not big on the Cardinals right now. They are they've got talent, but I'm not big on them in this game. Give me the Raiders. Bears at the Packers. I think this could be interesting. If the Bears come out and win this game, Packers fans, Aaron Rodgers fans are going to be in complete meltdown. I know I just did a segment talking about how I'm okay with the Packers. I think they're going to figure it out. To me, I don't see the Packers going down at home against the Bears, but I do expect this to be a close game. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to work some magic, figure this thing out. Give me the Packers at home. Titans at the Bills. I'm going with the Bills. Man, the Bills looked on fire. On fire against the Rams. And they even, the Rams made it close. Just a couple little turnovers, unnecessary turnovers by the Bills, but that didn't stop them because they came right back. Titans last week, man. Excuse me. Derrick Henry, I think he's still trying to get back in form, and that's okay. But they're not beating the Bills. Bills are the best team right now. Give me the Bills at home. Minnesota Vikings at the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, the Vikings are the textbook team that show up and do really well in fantasy, and Justin Jefferson, to me, I think he's the best receiver in the league. I really do. I really do. But I like the Eagles at home. I like their offense just a little bit better. I like their defense even a little bit better at times. You know, I do like the Vikings defense. I think they got some nice pieces. But I cannot trust Kirk Cousins on the road sometimes, and I'm not going to trust him in this game. I'm going with the Eagles. So those are my picks for week 2. We will see how that turns out.
Running through my city where they love me, I'm the realest shit. Can't nobody touch me now, I know they reppin', kicking it. Bumping out the system, Jordan 23, I'm feeling it. Carolina blue dripping, listen when the Hiller spit. They don't understand what's inside, it's my DNA. I've been screaming damn in my mind, so get out the way. When that shit go dark.